Hi guys, good evening. This is Rahul, and let me take you through the analysis for the next week. Right? Let's start with Nifty. Now, if you see the Nifty chart, we have an inside candle, which really doesn't tell us much. So we still stick with the previous week's movement of bearish. So Nifty, no signs of reversal yet, unless we have a breakout of this zone 11153. We are still looking at bearish moves, at least as per the weekly close. Now we will also have to check the daily and monthly. So let's start with monthly, because there is also the end of the month, this candle. That's how this is closed, as an indecision, which means next month either it can go up or it can spike up. We'll have to see. Now daily chart suggests that price could go up and test 11,222, because that's a nearby resistance. So that is a possibility. We could have a spike till here, but there are no signs that it will continue to move up. So it might retest this level and then fall. So first 2 or 3 days of the week, maybe Monday, Tuesday, or until Wednesday, you may have to be looking for stocks which are on the giving buy signals. And then second half of the week, it should be bearish. That's what the market is looking like for now. Let's also see Bank Nifty, which should be quite similar. Bank Nifty, both on monthly and daily, is more bearish than the slightly more than the Nifty chart, right? So banking stocks definitely looking bearish. So that's a view. Now let us start with our regular analysis. Let's see what stocks we can purchase or sell next week. So we have Adani Enterprise, which is giving a buy signal. The reason being it has closed above this spinning tops, the last week's high, right? So it's looking like a buy, but if you see overall nature of the stock is kind of sideways. Here also it's been sideways, and on the daily chart, although I'm bullish, but I need a stronger confirmation, which means a break above the 200-day moving average. So once we have a close above this, then I would be really interested in this. The reason I'm discussing this is because if we do get a breakout here, there is a possibility that it could be a big move, right? So it's been trading in this range for a while now, and we are in the mid of the range. If it does, so this is good for those who would like to buy and hold. Right, moving on to Apollo Hospitals. If you see the weekly chart, price was doing a correction, and then this week it recovered. And when we see the monthly chart, we can see the long-term move. So the trend starting point, if we draw our Fibonacci retracement, we can see a 38% pullback, right? The price went up and came down to about 38%, and now it is starting to move upwards, which indicates that it is strongly bullish, right? So but that's on the long-term scenario. That's not for just next week. So in the long run, it is bullish. This week it has closed, but there's a slight retracement, a small spike. And if you see daily chart, we can see the market is doing a retracement. So this is good to be on the buying side after you see a retracement. 4 hour would be good to test the check the retracement levels. 1413 is the price. Around this level is where you can start your buying. Okay, Apollo Tires, bearish and has done a pullback. Let's see how much was the pullback here. So approaching 50. So once you can see that 50 moving average, 50 Fibonacci level, 50% is coinciding with our moving average resistance. So that's the pullback that we're expecting to, which should be completed this week, and then a reversal. So at 175.05, and then a reversal from here. So you can go short after a little bit of a upward move. It is also the previous resistance as per the price action at 61.8. So between 183 and 175, there is a resistance zone we'll have to see where it reverses. So wait for the price to reach that, and once you get a 4-hour confirmation, you can start shorting this. So I'm expecting all this to happen in the second half of the week. Right, so first 2 days market should be moving up. Here if you see, we also have resistance at 184, a strong resistance. So second half of the week we can look for shorts. First 2 days we can look for trades to be on the buying side. Asian Paints looks really good, very strongly bullish. Monthly candle has closed almost at its high, which is a good sign. So we might see a new high in this, sorry, it already is making a new high. We might see a reversal soon or a pullback, but then currently if you notice, the market was doing a sideways movement, after which it has gone up. So then the signs of reversal or pullback right now are actually limited, unless we see the market closing below 1588. If that happens, then we could be seeing a drop, but until then I'm bullish on Asian Paints. Now if you see, when the trend started, we don't have a single candle closing below our support. Bata is also looking good, making new highs, but the only thing is here we will have to wait for a correction before we enter. We cannot enter at the current price. So again, like I said, Monday, Tuesday you can look at some bullish movement on this, and maybe Wednesday onwards the market would do the correction. So strategy would be that as you see Nifty doing the pullback, you stick to the stocks which are giving buy signals, and the second half of the week this is mainly for guys who are doing short term and intraday trading. Second half of the week you switch to stocks which are on the giving sell signals. So Berger Paints is not as strong as Asian Paints. Also, although they both move in the same direction, right? So this could go sideways. So I would be more on the selling side on this after when Nifty gives me a sell signal. Biocon is one stock which has reached a good support level and is giving a rejection. So last week also it gave a rejection, this week again. So this is indicating a good move. This could be good in the beginning of the week. There was a breakaway gap here which just got filled, and now we can expect the market to move up further. So Monday, Tuesday, this should be bullish. Britannia, last week itself we were on the buying side of this, and as we were expecting, it did go up. Now it continues to show bullish signals, so we're still bullish on this. But remember the resistance here, so you'll have to be quick with your exits. Canfin Homes weekly chart is showing a good signal of further bullish momentum, which is just starting to pick up here. So this is bullish, just that do not take the trades at the market price. Always wait for at least a lower time frame reversal, or sorry, a retracement in the lower time frame before you get the entry. Right, so even if I were to buy this, I would wait for the price to reach 391 and then start buying this, not at the current price. Same scenario with Dabur, looking good, just breaking out of the recent range, but has a lot of resistance nearby also. So with the pullback, the one which on green you can buy at the pullback. So wait for the pullback on this, and then you could take an entry. So entry would be around 438. DCB Bank is showing bullish signs, but it needs to still break the nearby resistance. So with Bank Nifty being bearish, it might be difficult, but if you see all the Bank Nifty have been bearish, this particular bank is still moving up, right? So with 1 day of bullish Bank Nifty, it could actually break this resistance. So it's good to watch and buy after pullbacks or after a confirmation. So here you can see 200-day moving average on the 4-hour chart, which is acting as a good resistance. Once this is broken, then we have a good buy on this. Dish TV, as you can see, there was a pullback, and now this week we got a confirmation that it should continue to fall. So next week this should be good for a short. First target is just at 19.15, but then it should be giving us a bigger target, because other than that I don't see much of a support until 11. Escorts, we've been bearish for a while. We were expecting pullback, so you can see the pullback is done, and now we should be looking at a downward move. If you see the daily chart, we have a bearish Harami pattern at the resistance, right? This is also a previous resistance, so breakdown, pull back to this level, and a reversal confirmation. So here I'm expecting this to be bearish for next week. But again, like I said, you have to be in tune with Nifty. So once Nifty does, then the fall could, it could make candles like this at the same price for maybe Monday, Tuesday before it actually falls. So you have to time your entry accordingly. You might even get a better entry price. So don't just jump into the trade as soon as the market opens Monday, but keep this on the watch list for finding your short trade. HDFC has done the retracement, is giving signal that it is ready for the next upward move. So this is again a good stock to probably enter in the beginning of the week. Hero Motor Company Corporation, is again in a downward trend, has done the pullback, and then has also given us a weekly candlestick confirmation that it's starting the downward move. Right, so this should be bearish, but again you can see a better entry in this before you take your trade. So a slight pullback, which will be evident from the lower time frames, probably maybe around 2604 or 2610. That's when you could get your entry. Hindustan Unilever looking good, strongly bullish. Reversals done. It is actually just breaking out of a nice consolidation, which has been happening from August 2018. So almost, in fact, exactly a year, right? And now it is just it has broken it with a pullback. So I'm bullish on this. This should be on the buying side. Looks quite strong. Indigo again has been doing gaps and moving up. It's reaching a resistance. So as of now it is bullish, but we'll have to see what happens once it reaches resistance, right? Since we have already seen so many gaps. 1, 2. There should be one more gap. Generally market reverses after 3 gaps, not 2. So it should make a new high, and then as of now we are still on the buying side, but don't hold on for too long onto this. This should be good for intraday moves. So if you see a pullback and then you get a good buy entry, it would make sense to enter and exit maybe in like 1 day or 2 days. But overall direction is bullish. Infi also bullish, making new highs. Now, since when a stock makes new highs and we don't have any resistance, sometimes people wonder where it's going to stop, right? So we have one tool for this, which is the Fibonacci extension tool. Let me just quickly tell you how you could have calculated your, or how you can calculate your targets. Okay, we can see we have the first target here at 817, which is where the market reached today, right? So 161% extension was the target, which is done. Now if you want to see the next one, you need to look at the bigger picture, right? So we're taking these swings and seeing how much of it is achieved. 141.4 is done. We still have 848.9 as the next target. All right. So that would be the next eventual target. Once that is broken, then we will go to monthly and find the next move. But as of now, 849 is the next target. But wait for the pullback to enter. although in this case I'm not sure how much pullback we will get. This could shoot up on Monday, Tuesday itself, and second half of the week it might give pullback because just broke out of the recent consolidation. And that too, it was a good breakout today, because if you see, price opened with a gap, did a pullback, half of yesterday's movement, and then came back up. So that just shows how strong the sentiment is. Just starting out, breaking out, retest is done. It actually did a breakout earlier, it has bottomed out, and now it is starting the uptrend. So this is a good stock to actually have for a longer term, and you could be buying this in every dip. Okay, I am bearish. I'm not bearish on this, I'm bullish on this. Yes. Mahindra & Mahindra Finance. You can see a nice breakdown of this strong support, and then a pullback and a rejection. So bearish on this, but I would sell this after higher upward move, right? Not at the current price. I would sell this maybe around 346. That is where I would like to sell this. Marico has been bullish. Recently did a breakout, it did a pullback, and now it is actually ready for the upward move. So you can see a couple of stocks which are showing good strength, good signals. All they need is the index to support them and they would move up, right? So this is one of them. Maruti, a lot of people were waiting for it to fall. I know a couple of guys who lost some money on this, but if you see here, we have a dark cloud cover on the weekly forming, which formed now, which is indicating now we should be looking at further downside. This was a breakout, a pullback, and then a bearish confirmation. So expecting Maruti to be bearish from next week, but again after a better, so don't enter at the current price. For the short, you should be getting a better entry. Nestle, as we can see, again opened with a gap, did a retest, and then went up. So when you see this kind of price action on a stock, that just shows that the strength is very strong. A lot of strong investor sentiment, and it just broke out of a nice consolidation, which has been happening from August last year, right? So this should be also a good stock, giving a good trend to hold or enter on every pullback. NHPC, as we notice, although it is in a range, but inside the range also there's a weekly chart. So it has done a pullback of 61.8%, the golden ratio. And now it is showing that we can at least target the recent low, which is at 20.80, which is a good movement. NIIT, last week itself we were bullish on this. It actually shot up, made a new high. Now we could buy this again, as we see IT sector is looking bullish. You can buy this again, but after a pullback till about 1425. You can see rejection on the lower time frame. So the entry level would be around 1425. PVR, it looks like we're going to see one more pullback till 1285 before we see upward move, because of the downward this breakdown of the support and then a pullback. So I would like to short this with a target of 1287. You can see 50% correction, and on the daily chart we also have reversal signals. Reliance Industries looking bullish. You can see there was a fake breakdown and price recovered. So it is already giving sign that there should be a breakout on the upside. So right now we're getting an early entry onto this, which is which is generally quite profitable. Tata ELXSI showing bearish moves, but there is considerable gap for the resistance. So although it is looking bearish, there could be a spike up till here and then down. So if you have a pending order that you could use, you could put it here. If you do get lucky, you would get a really good entry, but I would not sell on the current price, but wait for a spike up till 725. Tata Global Beverages is already, we had the entry earlier, but it is continuing the trend. That's what it is showing. So next week again, we are looking at bullish movement on this. United Breweries has just given a confirmation on the weekly chart that now we are going to test the previous resistance, right? So bullish for this week. And UPL, although we have been having a lot of rejections, this week there was an indecision candle. Now once you go to daily chart, we have movement indicating that price should go up, but we also have resistances here, right? So you should be on the buying side of this, but you should wait for a lower entry before you get in. Don't buy at the current price. And Voltas, as we see, it was consolidating, so it has given a bullish signal, but until the resistance, so you could target till 670, 675. Once that is broken, then we should have a good move. Until then, you have to play within the range. So if you're buying this, again, wait for a pullback and then you can enter. So ideal price to enter would be at 617. Okay, that's it. That's all the analysis is for this week. Please share your comments, and also I'd like to know how your week went. In between the week, if you have any questions or any queries, you could either email us or send the comments on the video as well. Good luck. See you guys next week. Bye bye.